JJ Solomon.
This Corey Bradshaw, Mr. RTBA, Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.
It's your boy, Mr. RTBA, Mr. 214, Senor Dos no Cuarto, Senor Dos Catorce, Mr. Undeniable, Mr. These boys can't touch me. Y'all see that right there? The Spit Bucket.
Salute.
On my worst day. I'm right here with my dog, my partner in crime, the one and only, Don Jose. What's popping, my guy?
Woo! This is popping. A large cup of ice, zero Sprite, I guess, the best way to put it. So what's up, man?
Yeah, I know you got. I know we got to pay some bills real quick before we get started.
Oh, you want to go ahead and just give a little quick shout out to KO?
Yeah, let's do a shout out to our sponsors, the best in the business.
We all have battles. We fight. We train. We work. We persevere. And we celebrate. We are all one.
I can't do anything if I can't walk in my prosthetic. It's a lot of pain that I feel throughout my day. It can be very intense. Now I just put that balm over it and it will heal up much faster and it will let the callus recover. That's amazing. It is a total game changer. I am hooked. I'm just hooked.
Life is hard. KO makes it better. KOCBD.com.
KOCBD.com. Pain relief, CBD pain relief, recovery. Trust me, use the discount code TSB10. We guarantee it. You're going to love it. But anyway.
Best in the business, JJ.
Let's take care of business.
And you live in proof. I'm living proof. My wife living proof. Your wife living proof. My son living proof. It works.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, bro. I didn't know where you were going with it. It absolutely works. I usually have a little round can here in the middle, but I've been using it and I lost it. It's in the it's in my bag or my thing anyway. But yeah, absolutely. So yeah, check. Big shout out to KO CBD, KO Therapeutics. Y'all check them out, KOCBD.com. Pain relief, it's the best. I promise you guys. But let's get into business.
Folks, I know we're finna get into before that. If anybody didn't catch our show last time, this is a new year, and I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. You know, may this year be the best year y'all got. And they say my one wish that I wanted for this new year, I wanted the Dallas Cowboys to be successful, sir. So I was listening to Bradshaw, right? 105.3 The Fan. Best radio station in Dallas.
Oh, come on.
You know, what's the best one, Jake?
96.7, 1310 The Ticket, baby.
Oh,
check 4 Marconis, not 1 Marconi.
Okay, flex. Okay, all right, flex on us.
But let's talk about these Cowboys first before we jump in.
But Bradshaw, look, this was crazy because I was upset about that game. If you really look at that whole game, Bradshaw was saying, did you see the Cowboys just doing anything different to show off a game plan? Everything was simplistic, right? He said, and it made very much sense. Because think about it, we didn't see them do nothing crazy. When do we see Dak just throw balls like that? It was very simplistic because the Cowboys kind of knew, and especially, he said, at halftime, you know, like and during the game, the 49ers whoop-de-whoop and all that. So I don't put nothing in on the Cowboys losing that bad like that. I think that was by choice. Did they want to lose like that? No. But they wanted to be simplistic without showing too much
But
for
bro,
next week against
they
the
got
Tampa Bay.
16 other games to dissect. Why you want to hide all of a sudden the last game? I heard that theory, but I mean, there's 16 other games. This is week 18. This is the 17th game of the season. They had plenty of shit on us. I will say I'm not reading too much into it. We had a bad day. I believe a lot in preparation, right? And if you know the game is kind of for no reason, it's kind of pointless. It's just inevitable, dog. You can't prepare the way you normally would. So I'm gonna give them a pass. I'm tired of giving them a pass. It ends on Monday, but I'm not reading too much in that awful, what looked like a preseason squad out there. It was terrible from the top to the bottom.
Yeah. Like I said, Brad Sham, he gave out the scoop. Cowboys weren't really trying to show nothing. In Tampa Bay this weekend, I don't know, we play on Saturday or Sunday.
We play Monday, bro. We get an extra day of the year.
Oh, we play Monday
night.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. The world will be watching. Listen, we've never beat Tom Brady. There's a first time for everything, homie.
Yeah, it's the first time for everything. And, bro, I just feel like we done had our ups and downs in this season. Been a roller coaster. Been more greater things than more heartbreak. It's been more of them producing than not producing, if we look at the Cowboys in the whole. And I want to get to something else, man. I got to shout out to our old tight end and Dan Campbell of the Detroit Lions. They had nothing to play for. JJ, nothing.
And they knocked off the big bad wolf and Aaron Rodgers.
Wow. Man, shout out to Dan Campbell, bro.
Shout out to Al Money, too.
The Lions are going to be something serious next year, Jay.
Oh, no doubt, bro. They ended up on a good note. They're explosive. They just got to tighten up some bit. Like Al Money said, good luck. We got the Bucs. We know what Tom Brady does in the postseason. Let's hope that his 45-year-old body will take it easy on us and we can get into that second round. But I don't know, man. I'm not letting my expectations get too high because we all know what that heartbreak is.
I mean, now, yeah, we know. But, you know, when we look at the Cowboys as a whole, it was more greater things. It was more greater things and not so great things for the Cowboys this year.
My only concern is Dak Prescott and his interceptions, bro. That is a concern. And you cannot deny it, dude. You can't be turning over the football in these big, big games where you don't have next week. You don't have another drive. And it really concerned me. Those back-to-back throws he made where it could have been a pick, but then the next one was a pick, that might have been the first time I ever seen something like that in football, dude.
And look, JJ, I ain't denying that. I'm with you on that. He must not make them same mistakes. But the thing I take out of Dak Prescott, what we ain't seen out of him in the last couple of years, him taking chances, fam. And I was real impressed this year by Dak Prescott taking more chances. Do the interceptions do we need to be more careful? Yeah. But I love the way he's taking chances to try to win the game.
See, but here's the thing, bro. It's a different squad than we have a defense. We have a loaded offense. All he needs to do is be a bus driver. He needs to be a damn good bus driver. We don't need him taking chances. We know he doesn't have the accuracy, so you can't take chances if you just can't put it on the money.
AJ, we have the number one offense.
Exactly.
Come on, so don't say
he was bus driving.
Well, JJ, how we gonna have the number one offense if he don't take no chances?
You know when else we had number one offense? Wasn't it last year? Where'd that get us?
But like I said, we got to see. But I know this: he played much better this year than he did last year. He doing a lot of them things that we asked him to do. We wanted Dak to anticipate more. He is doing that. Like, I'm with you. It's the playoffs. It ain't no more weeks after this. You 100% correct. But I'm confident that the Cowboys going to go to Tampa Bay and get the job done. I'm so confident in that.
I am too, dog. A lot of people sleeping on Dallas because of this last week, and I'm good with it. Keep sleeping on them. Because it's whenever we come in as the favorite when we get bit in the ass. So I want everybody to sleep on Dallas. And let's see what happens, dog. I'm not going to let myself get heartbroken. It'll hurt a little bit, but I'm used to it. Like I said, I feel like a Tank David. Never mind. Hey, so listen.
Nah, it is what it is. Who else going into this? Eagles. Shout out to the Eagles. They won the division. They had a tough game against the Giants, who lacked a lot of starters, right? And the Eagles played most of their starters because they knew they had to win to get the division and get the first round bye in the playoffs. But overall, through this season, the Eagles done had a lot more greater things happen than bad things. They phenomenal. To me, they are the favorite to win it all. You know, it's just Jalen Hurts coming back from that injury. They're skeptical going into these playoffs because, like, you know, playoffs is different. You know, that's just a different atmosphere. But we're going to see. But shout out to the Eagles, though.
No, man. I here's the thing with the Eagles. It took them about – damn, I forgot which game it was. But it was late in the season until I finally took them serious. And, look, I can't stand Philadelphia Eagles. I never will, never could have. But here's the cool thing about being a reasonable person. They had a hell of a season. They shut me up. I didn't think they were for real. But, you know, we got the W against them, against their backup quarterback. They got the W against our backup quarterback. I think they had a hell of a season. Kudos. You won the NFC East. You got home field advantage. Let's see if you can follow through. For me, the team to beat is the 49ers.
Oh, you would. Yeah.
They're clicking on all cylinders, dog. And
I don't trust their quarterback, though. I feel you, though.
I agree with you. That's their only question.
He
He
been
hasn't
playing
given us
good,
reason
though.
to doubt him. What you say?
He been playing excellent, though.
But the playoffs, man, those bright lights is a different ball game. So we'll see how he responds to it. Not saying he can't. He's been doing well, but they are stacked. They got Debo. They got Debo back. I mean, they're getting healthy at the right time. Their defense, we know what their number one scoring defense in the league. So that to me is the scary team in all the playoffs.
I agree with you, though. You know what? I did forget about the 49ers. They are clicking on all cylinders. And that McCaffrey dude they got, he been there 10 or 11 games with them. He done scored damn near 10 or 11 touchdowns each game. He a true game changer for them. Their defense is ferocious. If that black defensive coordinator don't have a head coaching job after this season, people really need to raise their eyebrow because that dude, the job he been doing in San Francisco is phenomenal. But I know we're finna get the boxing, but I got two quick things I want to ask you. JJ, if you got the number one pick in basketball, who you taking? Steph Curry or Kevin Durant?
What the hell are we doing here? You didn't get me prepared for this. Kevin Durant or Steph Curry? Man, just based on history, dog. I mean, I have to go with Steph. And I'm more of a traditionalist. I don't like what Steph did to the game with all the three-point shooting and just relying on the three-point shooting. But what I do know is Steph did what he did with, I think his whole playoff run. He's had the least all-star. I don't know. No, you getting me on a subject where I'm not great at, but based on
but JJ, I'm talking about starting a franchise. Like
I just don't trust the injury, dude. Kate, I don't like how Durant just jumping, hopping around, looking for the right thing, the injuries, looking for the right environment, asking for something, did not.
But that's right. I ain't gonna knock it. You said, Steph, we're gonna keep it at that because I know we got to get the boxing. One more basketball related question. If you got the number one pick in the draft, who you taking? Allen Iverson or Kyrie Irving?
Allen Iverson.
Exactly. Yeah,
what the hell? I don't even need it.
Is that close?
It's not even close. I mean, Kyrie got nice shoes, but shit. Come on.
That ain't close. But let's get into it, though.
Let's get into it. Listen, I know we had a Tank Davis fight, and we hadn't come on. Episode 22, by the way. Episode 22, the Spit Bucket Podcast, coming straight to you. This is a big day. But listen, we hadn't really addressed the Tank Davis card and the PBC card, but we're going to have to push that aside for a little bit. I said I don't want to talk no more Spence Crawford until Spence news or Crawford news came out. And we got some pretty big news today, regarding Errol Spence. It looks like we're getting a showdown between Errol, the true Spence, and Keith, one-time Thurman. The WBC ordered to fight. We all kind of knew it was coming. None of us had problems with WBC ordering to fight. At 147, this fight is going to be at 154 pounds for no titles, very likely on pay-per-view. Corey, I'm disgusted, but I don't want. Let's hear.
No, tell me no. Why you got no? Why are you disgusted, Jay?
Oh no, I want to. Hey, that was my intro. I'm disgusted. Corey, let's hear what you got to say.
No, but what are you disgusted about, Jay?
I'm disgusted with a lot of things, bro. Look,
well, I mean,
we all knew this. We all knew Spence was fighting in April, right, or around April. We all knew, you know, Bud did what he did. He pulled the little secret. He slid out a wild card and surprised the hell out of all of us. We all knew that was happening. We all knew the unified champ at 147 was going to defend his titles. We all know he don't have tune-up. We all knew WBC ordered to fight. We all knew it was going to happen. At 147, dog, we're seeing the unified champ, the king at 147, 3 belts, moving up. He got a one-time pass from the WBA to move up to 154 to fight somebody who's had 3 fights in 3.5 years, one of which he lost, one of which he almost got knocked the hell out, and the last one he just looked very basic against Barrios. I'm good with all of that. But at least intrigue me. At least make it interesting and make it a chance for titles to his hands. Don't just put on another damn. We had a lot of harsh words to say about PBC or about BOK and Terrence Crawford. And that's why I'm a little shocked with what I've seen from you thus far today. Because we had a lot of shit to say about BOK.
What you mean you shocked?
Huh? I'm super shocked. The big thing was us saying this fight did nothing for boxing. Keith Thurman and Errol Spence Jr. at 154
so
for
Errol
no title
Spence versus Keith Thurman
does nothing for boxing.
Does nothing for boxing. That's
in those scenarios.
Hold up, that's not a big. Say, JJ, one thing about this, you got to take your feelings out of it. You don't like.
Oh no,
you don't like Keith Thurman clearly.
What?
Because last time I checked, that guy only has 1 loss on his record, fam.
I'm talking about last 3 years, Craig.
I don't care about the.
Okay, how about last 4 years?
If we can talk about, all right, hold up. If we can talk about the last 3 years with Thurman, let's talk about the last 3 years with Errol Spence. It's about the same.
What?
How
is it about the same? Errol Spence fought Danny Garcia, Ugas after a terrible damn accident. How's it the same?
How many fights Errol done fought in 3 years?
He had a terrible wreck and he had a retina injury.
Okay. How many fights he done fought in 3 years?
Ugas, Danny Garcia. What,
That's
2,
it.
3 fights? Okay, correct. He's had an injury. And he's
okay. How many fights Keith Thurman done had in 3 years?
3.
Against who?
Barrios, Pacquiao, and Josecito Lopez.
Okay. So what's the problem? Thurman was injured too.
The problem is that Errol Spence Jr. is a unified world champion at 147 pounds, Corey.
So who you want him to fight, Jay?
By the time he defends, I want to see him fight Thurman in April, defending his belt like a unified champ is supposed to.
Hold up. You don't even know. See, you don't even know if Errol ain't even caring about them belts no more.
Then why did he make the arrangement with the WBA?
No, I don't care because it ain't. Think about it. There's no way in hell that Errol Spence, I could be wrong, and Keith Thurman in 1 year, if they couldn't come up with negotiations, there's no way they're going to do it in 60 days. I think this move, what? Huh?
What do you say about 60 days?
They got 60 days after Thurman fight for Errol to try to make
Crawford or Ortiz or Stanionis. One of those 3 fighters.
I don't think Errol gonna do that. Terrence Crawford played with him, Jay.
Great. Okay, let's get past Terrence Crawford.
Man,
get past Terrence Crawford. We're
not
talking about Terrence Crawford.
No,
Try to have a conversation. Try to have this conversation without Terrence
Errol
Crawford.
done been at 147. How long?
Okay, drop the belt.
How you know that this ain't what? How you know that ain't what he gonna do?
Because he's going. He told the WBA he's coming back.
Bro, they come. We done heard so many things that come out.
Oh, come on, correct.
No, I'm just being honest.
So now it's well. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
No, I look at like I said. Y'all people gave Crawford the benefit of the doubt.
I'm not talking about Crawford. I'm talking about me and you right now.
I'm talking about Crawford. People gave him the benefit of the doubt. That was the fight that was supposed to happen.
Are you upset?
That was the fight that was supposed to happen. What Crawford do?
I'm not talking about Crawford. We criticize
I'm
Crawford.
asking you a question, though.
We criticize Crawford.
No, I'm asking you a question.
Crawford pulled out.
Okay, so him playing with Errol Spence that long, then you ain't taking into the fact Errol just had another fucking car wreck.
Okay, he's still fighting in April.
It doesn't matter. You the one say Thurman ain't fought in 3 years.
Okay, I'm fine with him fighting Thurman.
Okay,
defend your belt.
So why do he got to defend his belts?
Because he's the champ.
It's just the way he don't have to, fam.
He's got 3 belts. He's the champ.
Hey,
correct.
Look.
By the time Errol Spence fights Keith Thurman, we're going to need another 6 months for another fight. It's going to be 1.5 years since he defended his belt. But you're okay with that because it's Errol Spence.
1.5 years?
Yeah.
JJ, tough titty.
Tough titty. Tough titty is what you have to say. Tough titty.
No, I'm saying tough titty. Errol Spence was trying to get undisputed done. Crawford.
Okay, that fight's gone. That fight's gone.
Let me finish my statement. Spence was trying to get undisputed. Crawford played with him throughout the negotiations.
Facts.
Then Errol had a wreck. Then, before the wreck, Crawford came out and told all the negotiations in public, you're a businessman. There's something that you don't do.
Why are you talking about Crawford?
Can I finish, bro? Can I make my point?
You said this 70,000 times.
Can I make my point, JJ?
All right.
There's something you don't do. You don't put negotiations in the public. So now y'all want Errol Spence, PBC, to have sympathy to appease Terrence Crawford.
I'm not talking about Crawford.
So what is the problem?
Why is he fighting at 154 for no title?
So how you know that ain't the move he finna take?
Why did he make the agreement with the WBA then?
So what?
He's holding the division hostage, Corey. And
man,
as a boxing fan, you should be able to pull your heart out of it and say, wait a second, Errol, drop the belt.
Listen.
Why did he drop the belt?
You know what was holding the division hostage?
My God, you can't get his name out your mouth, correct?
Do you know what was holding the fucking division hostage?
The guy with 1 belt. The guy who
it was Terrence Crawford, and he chose
his own
to
boss,
do something else different. So I don't need nobody coming back complaining. Errol just had a fucking bad car wreck.
It sounds like you got all his excuses ready for the night.
No, it ain't no excuse. That's fact.
Bro, he was in fucking the beach surfing and on the damn waves and shit. He don't seem that injured.
So what? So what?
So you're perfectly okay with one man with 3 belts going up to another weight, holding the division hostage for 18 months.
Yes, I'm absolutely. Yes.
Okay, then I have nothing to say.
You don't got nothing to say because, like I said, bro,
it's like I'm arguing with somebody who's in love. You're Errol Spence. I don't know what he put in your Kool-Aid. Since April 16th last year, bro, Errol Spence can do no wrong.
But that's what killed me about you, dudes who be trying to pull that fucking card. What was I doing before that, though?
Yeah, you were all over Bud.
Why? Why was I on it?
But why is it one or the
other?
No,
don't say why. Why was I? No, you just sit up here and said after April the 16th, you just made that general last statement. Now answer my question. Let me make this general. What was I doing before that?
Talking shit about Spence.
Why?
Religiously.
Why?
Because he was at fault for not having to fight.
He wouldn't fight Crawford. And I criticized him heavily. After April the 16th, Errol Spence became the fucking A-side with 3 belts. They tried to make this fight.
Right. They tried to make this fight. It didn't happen. April 2023 is happening.
Okay, so what is the problem?
So you're okay with a man going 18 months with 3 belts without defending his belt?
You're okay with Terrence Crawford dropping
I'm not
negotiations
talking about
to go fight
get his
David?
name out
That
of
was
your
the
mouth.
fight.
You're
That
in-
was the fight, though.
It was.
So
Last
Crawford
year.
threw a whole
Last
curve.
year.
So what Errol supposed to do right now? What he supposed to do?
Defend his belt.
Who are you to tell a dude who just came off a wreck he needs to defend his belt?
Okay, so he can fight at 154, but not at 147.
Bro, if
After
Errol,
a wreck.
listen, if Errol don't defend his belts in them 60 days, they said they gonna strip him.
Exactly.
If he don't get nothing done. So listen, after this fight, he got 60 days. He ain't gonna be holding the division up. Is Boots Ennis ready for a championship fight?
I'm not talking about Boots. We're
I
talking
just
about.
hold up. I don't give a damn what you talking about. I asked you a question.
Is Boots Ennis ready for a championship fight?
Yeah.
If Boots Ennis says he's ready for a championship fight, is a man of his word. Just like
I'm asking you, from your point of view, you watching
I don't think Boots beats Spence or Crawford.
Okay. The only person we could see that's probably ready for a championship fight is Virgil Ortiz. But guess what? He got the
You good? You good? Keep going.
He got to fight Stanionis. So when niggas on here getting mad, talking about Errol ain't doing this, blame that shit on Crawford.
Why, correct? The fact that you're saying blame somebody.
Yeah, blame it on Crawford.
Listen, the fact that you're saying
I
blame
blamed Errol for years.
The fact that you're saying blame somebody tells me, let me talk, tells me that there's something to be blamed. There's something wrong. You're saying blame Crawford. So you're acknowledging that there's something wrong. But you want to just turn all of your attention. So you're saying Spence, his own boss, we have to blame Crawford for Spence's decisions. That's what you're telling me. Every decision Spence makes from here on out.
Yeah, bro, because
let's blame Crawford.
Listen. No,
like a child, bro.
No, see, don't put words in my mouth now.
That's what you just said.
No, that ain't what I just said. You put words in my mouth. I said Crawford threw a wrench in the game. A wrench.
I agree. 100%.
So Errol Spence, everybody around the world got blindsided. The next fight that was supposed to happen was them. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
And it didn't fucking happen. So all you niggas crying.
I'm not crying. I'm saying the criticism we do this fight.
Everybody crying about Errol Spence going to 154. They didn't have these same emotions. You know what they were saying? Crawford got the bag. But why Errol Spence? Why this ain't getting the bag? Because guess what, though?
I said congratulations.
Because guess what, though? JJ, this fight right here is going to be more intriguing leading up than a fucking Crawford and a fucking Errol Spence fight.
Keith Thurman got rocked like a motherfucker, almost got knocked out.
Man, see,
hold on. If you want to bring up the past, let me bring up the past. Almost got knocked out by Lopez. Got beat by 40-year-old Pacquiao. And looked like shit against Barrios. Besides Keith Thurman's name, how in the hell is that intriguing? Especially for no belts, especially with his debut at a new weight. How is that intriguing?
Look. He only thing you said was he had one loss. And who was that loss to?
Correct. I don't play the zero.
Man, I don't give a damn what you play. I'm going off what you said about Keith Thurman.
You contradict yourself.
Man,
we're all about.
Let me talk, man. You just talk.
It ain't about the record. It ain't
you
about the record.
You just said Keith Thurman. You just said he fought Josecito Lopez. He lost to old Manny Pacquiao. He struggled against Barrios. He only lost one motherfucking fight through all of that. And losing to Manny Pacquiao, you act like that's the worst thing that can happen in the fucking world. That's the only fucking loss on his resume. You talk about Keith Thurman. Errol never won the belt he got from Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman got stripped of that belt.
So
Errol never really outright won that belt.
Defend it. Why don't he defend it?
Errol never really outright won that belt.
Defend it then.
So don't sit up and
listen,
try
what
to
you
shit
just
on Keith
said,
Thurman when his resume is better than damn near everybody. And Keith Thurman is a fighter who beat fighters first. This dude was injured. He was coming back from fucking being hurt.
Correct.
But we ain't talking about Errol Spence when Errol Spence was drinking and driving and wrecking his cars and shit like that.
Correct. You just made the best point for me. Errol has never won the belt from Keith, right? You just said it yourself. So as a motherfucking champion, why don't he defend the belt against the guy he didn't take it from? Answer me this.
Obviously, guess what? Keith Thurman agreed to fight at 154. You mad? Everybody mad? Because guess what? They wasn't mad when they were saying Crawford getting the bag, fighting fucking David Avenesian, who ain't
That
never
means
did.
nothing.
David Avenesian never.
That's
Man,
all
why you
you're
keep
going to
interrupting me?
say.
Why you
That's
keep
all you said
interrupting
for
me,
the
bro? I
past
just
6
let you
months.
talk. Let me go. Man, let me talk, fam. Everybody mad because Errol fighting Keith Thurman, a way more fucking proven fighter. But when,
At
when
154.
Crawford, go ahead, JJ, talk. Go. I'm gonna wait till you through so I can talk.
Because you're not quoting me
just
right.
keep interrupting me. I let you talk.
You're not saying what I'm saying.
As soon as I get 3 words off, you interrupt me. Go.
Okay, I didn't say I'm mad he's fighting Keith Thurman. I said I'm mad he's fighting Keith Thurman at 154 with no titles. Now you can finish.
Who are you to be mad at him because he just got out of a wreck? He going up to 154. How you know it ain't hard for him?
Excuses.
And then you the one telling me, oh, I seen him on the beach running. What type of nonsense ass shit is that?
Look at you. Errol Spence got you shook, bro.
How the fuck do Errol Spence got? Bro, that is some come on, bro. That is some.
You know what?
Bro, hold up, fam. That is some crazy ass shit to say. You just over there in your feelings because I'm not gonna agree with you. You can't get mad at Errol Spence because Errol Spence decided to fight Keith Thurman at 154. So fucking what? Crawford fucked everything up. We ain't going to the key condometer of what happened. Spence just got out of a motherfucking wreck. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
He's still fighting, Corey.
Crawford just fought fucking David Avenesian.
The fact.
Go ahead, Jay. Go.
You're saying the same shit, Corey.
You saying the same shit?
No, you brought up the car wreck. If the car wreck was a factor, he wouldn't be fighting in April.
So how do you know? So then you just tell me everybody don't. You just told me Keith Thurman barely looked good against Vargas. So you telling me Errol Spence having that car wreck, this ain't an ample fight for him to come back to see where he at?
You the one that sent that picture of him looking all cut and shit, talking about Spence looks in shape to me.
So what? Because
he looks in shape. So why can't he get to 147, Corey?
So why are you worried about that they made the fight at 154? Why is that?
Because I'm a boxing fan and I'm supposed to care about it. I cared when David Avenesian got the Terrence Crawford fight. So as a boxing guy, I have to care when Errol Spence fights.
But that
for no title.
Spence fight.
I don't just pick and choose who I want to defend. Crawford shit the bed.
No. Hold on. So what you trying to say? I pick and choose who I fucking want to defend?
You're
so how the fuck is that the case when you just said out your own mouth in April, Corey, it changed for you? And then I said, what the fuck was it with me before April? You were all about on Errol Spence. So don't fucking sit up here and say I pick and fucking choose where I want to go. No, if I'm attacking something and I feel like that right is right, that's what side. I'm gonna be on the right side of what I think is the street.
The Spence fanhood started on April 16th again. But here's the thing, Corey. We have to keep our eyes open. Just because now you like what Spence does doesn't mean he's going to be right the rest of his career, bro. It's okay to criticize both. You know that, right?
You saying just because I like
PBC.
Hold up. What type of amateur ass shit to say? You said just because I like what Spence does. What the fuck do that mean?
He can do no wrong, Corey. You haven't criticized him in 6 months.
Hold up, JJ. That's some amateur ass shit to say. And you just said before April 16th, I was all on Errol Spence. And after April 16th, when Errol Spence got 3 belts, and he the creme de la creme of the division, and I'm giving him his just due now because before that, I was murdering him, assassinating him, being very malicious to him. Now, after April 16th, I said, man, I can't say no more. Terrence Crawford the man. Terrence Crawford the one say he agreed to everything. He fucked up everything. Then Errol had this wreck. Don't get mad at that man because he fighting Keith Thurman at 154. You don't know what's wrong with him. You seen how bad that car wreck was. So you expect him to come to defend his titles if he don't know he all the way there yet? Come on now. You seen that car wreck? He's
fighting a professional fight in April. So you can't use a car wreck as an excuse now. So you're saying he's gonna maybe try boxing, seeing how he's doing after his injury, maybe try it against Keith Thurman, but just to be sure he's not gonna put his belt on the line? Bro, you told me yourself UFC got this shit right because when you're a champ, they line you up against the next guy, period. And you're okay with Spence not defending his belt for a year and a half. You, a boxing fan, are
A year
okay
and a
with him
half?
having 3 belts. I don't
They
care,
say he
man.
got 60 days after this fight to make the fight. So he just
To make that one fight.
What
I'm
month is
talking
this?
about what's
So what
happening
month?
in
This
April.
January, right? So
Hey, when's the
April,
last time?
May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. It's been 9 months since he defended his belt. He was they thought they was in negotiations
It didn't
to make
happen.
the undisputed. Bro, come on now, don't do that, fam. Like I shut it up when you was talking. Then they thought they was in negotiations to make the fight happen. Did that shit happen? No, because it was a fucking curveball. Then Errol Spence got in the wreck. And if we're gonna be honest, JJ, we know what boxing is now. Belts don't fucking mean nothing.
Oh my!
'Cause
So
if
then
belt
why did that third belt matter then, Corey?
No, the third belt made him the clear A side.
If it don't matter, you just said
No,
it don't matter.
But we know. But listen,
They do
JJ,
matter.
No. Okay, all right. Belts matter a little. But you know, Gervonta Davis, did belts matter to him? He just broke a record.
No, who gives a shit? He's not gonna go. He hasn't scratched our pound for pound list. That I don't give it. I mean, I'm not talking about Tank Davis.
No, see, I'm giving the example of why belts don't matter. That he broke the gate.
The sport we watch, belts matter, correct?
Man, listen, fam. I know. Look, things don't. You know, with life come change. Nothing lasts forever, JJ. That's just like football ain't the way it used to be in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Basketball and now boxing ain't to be that. You sit up here and say it yourself that Floyd Mayweather changed the sport of boxing. And JJ, guess what? You're right. Hold up, excuse me. Can I finish? I just said, I'm giving you a compliment and you interrupted me. I said, you said it yourself that Floyd Mayweather changed the game in boxing to work.
Hey, I lost you.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Yeah.
So you said it yourself that Floyd Mayweather changed the game in the way the boxers think today. And JJ, you're right. He did.
So why were you so in on Bud Crawford's ass for getting the bag?
That was Bud Crawford cried for 5 years, JJ.
Correct. You can't just keep moving the goalpost. Listen, I agree with you, dog. Correct. It's okay, dog. I agree with you. But here's the thing: if you're gonna
you think you canceling me or something?
You can't just
you talking
say,
like you talking like you canceling me. Talking about it's okay. You said I got mad at Terrence Crawford for getting the bag. That's because he cried for 5 years and then he dropped the fucking ball and just blindsided everybody. Why the fuck we wouldn't be mad at Terrence Crawford? Everything would have went on. Every fucking body would have been mad in a bitch at Errol Spence if after getting them 3 belts, he chose somebody else but Crawford. Crawford did it first. And now y'all want to play this blame game.
I'm not playing shit. Listen, I got receipts.
This event did nothing for the big picture of boxing. We didn't get any clarity. He didn't bring up Spence after the fight.
You putting the receipts in it don't matter.
We didn't see anything in the co-main events or the undercard that prospects or anything along those lines. Fans had to dig in their pockets and pay money.
I can't even hear that shit.
Like you said, some damn sparring.
But
it's okay to talk shit about somebody else or your favorite fighter, correct?
Who is my favorite fighter?
Beats the hell out of me for your post.
So what is the fuck what is you insinuating then? You talking about it's good. Who is my favorite fighter? Because I couldn't believe I was just getting on Errol Spence for a couple of motherfucking years, and it's been 9 months.
But when time
Crawford,
comes
now
change,
all of a sudden, Corey's favorite fighter is Errol Spence. Get the fuck out of here. You should know that your goddamn self. I don't rock with Errol. You don't hear me talking to him enough. So don't put that. He ain't my favorite fighter.
If you look at 98% of your posts for the past 4 months, if I was a private detective and I didn't know who the hell you were, I would say Errol Spence is most definitely your favorite fighter.
So what about the posts from that for the previous 2
You're right.
years.
Before that, you
So what
hated
about
Spence.
so why the fuck do you just keep bringing up the Errol Spence post then? See, don't stop trying to play me like that. You're trying to make it look one way. You mad now because I'm riding with Errol Spence on the situation. Don't just talk about that and don't say when I was getting on Crawford, fam. Stop doing that.
Because when you were getting on Spence, you were also wrong, and you acknowledged that. You said
fuck
me.
I said I was being malicious in some certain ways. 95% of the shit I was saying was goddamn true.
So when you apologized and said you were taking
like, come on, JJ, stop running in circles. I got on
You're
Errol
bringing up
Spence.
Terrence Crawford.
I got on Errol Spence for 2 years. I'm getting on Crawford now, and you're mad. Because I'm getting on Crawford now when I was just giving Earl the smoke for saying, oh, Crawford, why would you do this when I could take the easy route? Got on Earl every motherfucking day with that. So what's up? Talk about that too. Don't just bring up me talking about this now. Talk about the other shit too.
Because with time comes change.
All right. With change,
and where you are at right now,
he was clear of the man at 147, and you know that. You say it every day. Do you say or not say Spence is the clear A side?
Absolutely. In what way?
So, in any way.
So what the fuck? What do you mean in any way? He's
I'm
a clear A side at 147.
If he fought Crawford at 147, if Earl go up to 154, he's the money man.
So if he fights Charlo with no belts, he's the A side?
Hell, JJ, what type of question is that?
If
you
Charlo,
think Jamel? Hold up. So you telling me Jamel Charlo will be the A side over Errol Spence?
Undisputed champ. He has an argument
JJ,
at least for 50-50.
Look, fam, look. That means nothing. That mean Jamel Charlo ain't popping like that. Him and it. JJ, come on now. Stop. You reaching hard.
I'm not, bro.
JJ,
I need you to understand. I need you to understand this. The only issue I have with this, all right? I don't hate that he's fighting Thurman. Like I said when we started tonight, we knew it was coming. You're the man. Top 5 in a lot of pound-for-pound lists. Top 3 in ours. You're the man. And you want to move up to 154 and skip a title fight. That's worse than a tune-up fight, dog. Saying, oh, this one don't count.
How the fuck is this worse?
That's my problem. And if there's a problem, we have to address it.
Hey, you know what? I have no sympathy for people who got problems with what Errol Spence doing. I tell everybody to go cry me a river like Justin Timberlake, because what goes around comes around. It's a parallel universe we living in. You know, the way Terrence Crawford acted inappropriate.
I'm not talking about Crawford.
I'm talking about JJ. I'm talking about Crawford right now. The way Terrence Crawford acted inappropriate. You as a businessman, do you get on law? Now let me ask you a question. As a businessman, you deal with contracts. If your negotiations is going wrong, JJ, is you gonna get on camera and tell everybody, well, this is like this, and this is that the proper thing to do?
No, we had 2 episodes about this already.
So no, I don't give a damn what we do. We got new people on here who may didn't see them 2 episodes. So I'm asking you again, is that the right thing to do?
I already said Crawford fucked it up.
No, but I'm asking you, why? If you're a businessman,
you're right.
No, I'm asking you this: if Crawford did PBC through Al Heyman, Errol Spence, and them all under the bus, do you want to do business with him?
No.
So what's the problem? We all know what
the
Crawford
problem is.
did.
Errol Spence is not fighting for his belt. He's not defending his belt. I'm not talking about Terrence Crawford. I'm saying Errol Spence in April is not defending his belt. He's fighting a guy who's fought 3 times, who's also making his debut at that weight class.
Fought 2 times.
That's my problem.
Errol fought 2 times in 3 years.
I know. This is the right thing to do. I don't know what the hell that means.
And look, let me tell you something, fam. Errol, how you know this ain't a move? How you know this ain't a move to 154?
How do you know it is?
I don't
know
know.
why. Do you know why I don't think
so? But look, the curious mind would think so.
You asked me a question, right?
No, I just said, I was making a statement.
Because he's planning on coming back. That's why I said it.
We don't know that though, JJ. I don't know if Errol coming back to 147.
I really
don't.
are giving him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, Corey, how about this? Let's try to compromise and meet in the middle here. If Errol goes to 154 and doesn't move back down, I will come on here and I will take back everything I said. Because I get it, dog. Like, I get it. Moving up in weight, he's 32 years old. I get it. It's harder. All right? It's harder to do that. But you're the champ at 147. Tough titty, like you said earlier. That's what you got to defend. But if he moves back down to 147, bro, if he comes back down after taking this one-off fight where it doesn't matter, that's when I think it's disrespectful to all the other contenders out there. Drop your belt.
Girls, ain't nobody else out there but Crawford.
Corey, you care, Corey.
No,
you care.
Hold up. Don't tell me what I care, JJ. I don't
Corey,
care.
I saw you jump online earlier immediately, so you care.
No, I don't care. It's ain't
So
nothing but one.
Why'd you jump to YouTube?
Jay, God damn, can I say tweet? All right, go ahead, JJ. I'm gonna let you go some more before I go. Cause I can't get 3 words out, sir. Now, JJ, I don't care. Do you hear me? I'm saying it loud and clear. I don't care. I have no sympathy for people who are mad at Errol Spence for doing what the fuck he doing right now. Errol Spence didn't want it to be like this. He was trying to show y'all that he was trying to make history. But he got throw the big curveball. Then, he had this little car wreck, a bad car wreck. This may be a move to 154 permanently. So my thing is, Errol Spence was in a no-win situation.
What do you mean? Fight Thurman for the belts. How's that no win? You're the champ.
JJ, how do you listen? This is history, right?
That's how you win.
How do you know Errol? So we went off my topic, and you agreed with me. You said doing bad business in public with Crawford doing that. Do you think Errol Spence or Al Heyman ever want to do business with Terrence Crawford again?
Probably not.
So we can't knock Errol Spence for doing what he's doing because you don't come out pillow talking like that and saying, oh, this went wrong, or that went wrong, oh, this went wrong, oh, that went wrong. You don't come out pillow talking the way Terrence Crawford did. If Errol Spence didn't take this fight and he was the problem when all that shit happened, I would have been on Errol Spence's ass because what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. So Errol Spence, this may be a potential move to 154. If I was Errol Spence, I would never want to fight Crawford for the way he handled business like that publicly. And like, I make money. I really don't need you to make a lot of money. I can go up to 154 and be as big as star up there. He's been crushing himself for 147, bro. So I have no sympathy for Terrence Crawford or anybody else who mad at Errol Spence.
Corey, I want you to do me a favor, please. We've been on for 48 minutes now. I don't want to talk. All right, let's stop talking about Crawford. That's December. It's over with. You are okay. Pretend you never know who the person was. Let's call him welterweight A. You are just okay with him saying, I want to fight this fight at 154 for no titles, and then I want to come back down and then defend my title. You're okay with that? A year and a half, Corey. It's gonna be a year and a half.
Let me say this. C.
All right. Then we agreed to disagree. I had problems with Bud a few months ago. I have problems with Spence doing this now. But if Spence is all perfect to you, I get it. There's a whole game.
There you go. Keep throwing that little bullshit in. Talking about all perfect. Like Earl didn't put himself in this position. He the one that had to scramble.
He did.
It's like you don't got no sympathy for Errol Spence. How he had to scramble after all this shit that happened.
Correct. He's still fighting.
Can I finish, JJ? Whoa, wait, sir. Temper,
on a
sir. You don't got no sympathy for Errol Spence. Like through none of this process, how Terrence Crawford told his sides. It's Terrence Crawford's side, Earl's side, and it's the truth. But Errol, the smart businessman, he know you don't talk about this in public. So if I'm Al Heyman and Errol Spence, I never want to do business with this guy again. Now, whether you saying he fighting Keith Thurman, yeah, he is fighting Keith Thurman. And I got no problem with that.
Me neither.
And I would have no problem if Errol Spence come back to 147 and make that fight with Terrence Crawford. If Errol want to make that fight at 147, in them 60 days. I have no problem with that either. But I have no problem with Earl doing. You know, when you was him, you know, when you was one of, because it's a couple of hymns in boxing, and Earl Spence is one of them.
Why?
You know, and then you had to scramble too, and it's not his fault that he had to scramble. So I'm not gonna let nobody put no blame on Earl doing what he do. Then he was in a car wreck. People out here talking about it was a fake car wreck. I think that's just.
Correct.
Did you hear people saying it was a fake car wreck?
Correct. Yes, but I'm not. Those people are dumbasses.
Yeah, like
don't give them your attention. Those are fucking idiots.
No, I'm saying people out here were saying it was a fake car. They really truly believe that in the bottom of their soul. They believe Earl Spence faked that car wreck that just happened here. JJ.
Great. They're dumbasses. Those are the people who hate Errol Spence. And then there's a group of people who hate Bud Crawford, who just are non-reasonable.
I'm one of them.
And I'm afraid that's what you're turning into, dog.
How the fuck? Hold up.
Correct.
I could have
if
sworn.
This was anybody else, moving weight. Correct. Look at every single one of your posts. Listen, give me 60 seconds real quick. Not only is Errol Spence about to rob boxing from $75 pay-per-view, you know, the boxing community is getting robbed because we're not even going to get to see a title shot. This is essentially an exhibition, right? But now he's also robbing boxing fans from content creators. Because you know what you're going to post every day? You know what the Black Picasso is going to post every day? When you have all these young, talented fighters who are putting it on the line, you know what we get to hear about? Let me finish.
No, JJ.
You know what we're about to have to hear about every single day is Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman.
So, JJ, go like I tell everybody.
They're robbing boxers.
No, you ain't robbing.
I'm tired of them, bro.
Well, bro, you ain't got to comment on them. You ain't got to talk about it. But JJ, what is the story is the story. That's how
but you keep saying the same shit every time you report the story.
I gave you 60 seconds. I gave you 90. As soon as I start talking for 5, there JJ go again. JJ, boxing has forever been like this, fam. It go back like this to Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler, and it been like this for years. The story is the story. You can't knock what the story is, bro. You know, that's the story.
So you're going to talk about how much you love Errol Spence's decision for the next 3 months.
And you want to talk about how much you butt hurt because Terrence Crawford ain't getting his way.
What? I haven't said that.
Or you want to cry because Errol Spence just got out of a car wreck and he ain't coming down to 147 to
have I made a single comment about the
no sympathy for Errol Spence. You don't like.
You know why I don't have sympathy for? Listen, these boxers put it all on the line, right? But Errol Spence, as soon as he walked out of that hospital from the car wreck, he could have signed a $1 million fight with whoever the hell he wanted. So don't throw sympathy at me, Corey. Now you're telling me to. So you're telling me don't be mad at Errol. Now you're telling me have sympathy for Errol. What the hell is going on?
No, hold up. I'm talking about through the whole process. Don't just bring up. See, there you go, JJ. You bringing
up. You want me to
one,
have sympathy for Errol?
Excuse me. Can I answer that now? You bringing up one part. Earl didn't fuck up this fight with him and Crawford. Earl thought it was signed, sealed, and delivered. So it's a lot of parts that play with that you should feel for the guy. You know, like I said, Crawford, look, I would have been all over Errol Spence's ass. I don't give a fuck. I ain't here to save none of these fighters. Everybody could get the smoke. You heard me? I would have been all on Errol Spence's ass.
I used to believe that.
If Errol Spence was the one, what?
I used to believe that before today.
Man, you can used to believe all you want to because I just was. You just want to talk about after April 16th, correct? Oh, so you was loving when I used to criticize Earl.
No, I thought you went overboard back then, too.
Hold up. So they're just showing everybody you loved when I was criticizing Earl.
No.
They show everybody you have a biasness towards Earl because this out your mouth. You say after April 16th, you've been whoop-de-whoop this for Earl. But go back a couple of years and scroll up them articles and see how I was giving Earl that smoke.
I thought you were super
you
biased
talking about
back
after April 16th. So why you didn't have no sympathy for Terrence Crawford when I was giving him the smoke?
Because I wasn't your partner back then.
So why you got more sympathy for Terrence Crawford?
I don't have
than you
more.
do Errol
I think
Spence?
they're both. Listen, let's make this loud and clear. I think they're both fucking sorry for what they're doing to the boxing community. However, I think they're both smart because they're getting easy money. Both of them. Is it that difficult? No. I thought you were way overboard when you were bashing Spence when you were on Team Crawford, and I think you're way overboard now.
I wasn't overboard.
Exactly. We're
I
two
wasn't
different people.
overboard. Like, my thing was, only thing that I really did that I apologize for, because I wasn't never really overboard on Errol Spence because I ain't never talk about none of that other shit. Only thing that I did when I called Derrick James a water bug looking motherfucker. So that's what I felt. That's what I was.
Golden bucket winner.
Look, I'm sorry.
Golden bucket winner.
No, look. That's what I was saying. I don't feel like that no more. But because it was problem. So I used to say, you water bug looking motherfucker. So that's why I say I was malicious. It was never malicious towards Errol Spence. It was more towards Derrick James.
A year ago, you said, I don't want to see Errol versus Ugas. Nobody wants to see that
I
fight.
did, and guess what? Hold up. Ask everybody on here. I was saying boycott the pay-per-view. But guess what, JJ? We had the first NFT event at Cowboy Stadium, so I had to fucking go. Ask everybody. Thrill and them, everybody we were like, boycott the fight. But niggas don't talk about that. They don't talk about
Correct. Let me explain something real quick. When you go all Team Spence, right? And let me, if I'm wrong, then let me finish. You're talking to an audience that is not going to change because it's two completely. There's a group in the middle who appreciate both and who talk shit about both. Okay. But when you're jumping on the ends, you're never going to change somebody else's mind, dog. You're talking to the extreme Crawford fans.
Okay, look, and JJ, I ain't here to give a fuck what nobody else think. I'm saying what I'm saying. Whether they take it in or whether they don't take it in and don't like it, I don't give a shit. I'm going to speak the truth on the situation, and what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. If it's extremes, so what? Tell everybody who's listening to it, go sit in the corner, cross their legs, walk back and forth with Indian style with their thumb in their mouth when they hear me talk.
Hooray. All right. Well, shit, we got all that. You know what? This conversation is about where I thought it was going to be. Absolutely no progress has been made between what we were talking about. But anyway,
how long we been on here, Jay? Because my shit about to go.
Oh, it's about to go. I was going to say we're going to bring up a panel, but never mind. We'll do it next time. But yeah, are we about ready to wrap it up then, bro?
Yeah, because this phone about to go, Shout out to everybody on here from the 215. See, this was transparent with this show, the Spit Bucket Podcast, right? Me and JJ don't agree with each other. If we agree with each other, we agree with each other. If we disagree with each other, we disagree with each other. That's just a part of the game, right? So that's what's so different. That's why we call it the Spit Bucket.
Man. That's what's so beautiful. All right, great. We'll get some rest, bro. Tell family I said hello. We'll pick this shit back up tomorrow. And we'll go from there, man. Take it easy. Hey, I'm not the former YouTuber. How do you say like and share and subscribe? What's a cool way to say it?
Yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about TSB, the Spit Bucket Podcast, baby.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night. Y'all take it easy.
This is JJ Solomon.
This is Ray Bradshaw, Mr. RTB. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. This is the Spit Bucket Podcast.